Hey math kids, today we're going to talk about parallel box and whisker diagrams. We're in chapter 12, section H, and we're just going to do example 10. So it says a hospital trialing a new anesthetic has collected data on how long the new and old drugs take before the patient becomes unconscious. They wish to know which drug acts faster and which is more predictable. Draw a parallel box plot for the data sets and use it to compare the two drugs. Okay, so the first thing is we need to write these in order. And so, that's kind of a tedious process, but let's see, what is the lowest? So we got a 5. Actually, I should write this all the way over here. 5. 8. Let's see, there's no 6. There is a 7. 7. 1, 2, 3 8s. And we got another 8. So 8, and then the 9, another 9. We got 1, 2, 3 10s. We got 1, 2, 3 11s. We got a 12. We got a 13, 14. I almost fit them. 16 and 21. Oh, we had 2 14s. 14, 14, 16, 21. Okay, I think I got all that data, and now we're going to look at this. And so I believe the lowest number here is 7. So we have 1, 2, 3 7s. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 8s. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 9s. 2, 3, 4. And we have 1, 2, 3 10s. And then 12, 12, 12. Okay, so that took a little while. Now, the reason why we did that is because we want to, we want to do a box and whisker plot, and we need to get the information for all of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 10 and 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's our median, which is 10. And if we cut that in half, it's going to be 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our Q1 is equal to 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our Q3 is equal to 12.5 because it's in between a 12 and a 13. All right, now we need to do our bounds. So if we do the upper quartile, I guess we'll do these in red. So if we do the upper quartile, IQR times 1.5, and then Q3 plus that. So we're going to get 12.5 plus the IQR would be 12.5 minus 8, which is going to be 4.5 times 1.5. So get a calculator out. Let's see. So we have 12.5 plus 4.5 times 1.5. So it's 19.25. And so we could think of the 21 as an outlier. Now, your book's not going through this, but I think it's important to go through this process and see whether or not you have outliers. So I'm now going to take this one, 8, minus the 4.5 times 1.5. So we can just say second entry, change that to a minus sign, change this to 0.0008. That's just an 8. Okay, so we got 1.25, and there's no numbers lower than that. Okay, so zoom out. So if I was going to do a box and whisker for this, I would do 21 as an outlier. Now, they didn't do that, but so my plot's going to look a little bit different than the one in the book, but that's fine. Okay, now we're going to go through the same process. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the median is right here. So the median is 9. And then we do 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Q1 is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Q3 is 10. Okay. Now we're going to test for outliers. So we're going to say Q3, which is 10, plus the IQR, which the difference between 10 and 8 is just 2, times 1.5. So if we do that in the calculator, we're going to get 10 plus 2 times 1.5. So that's 13. So since 13 is larger than all of this, there's no upper bound outliers. Then we'll try this one. So it's going to be Q1, which is 8, minus 2 times 1.5. So we get 8 minus 2 times 1.5. We get 5, and since 5 is lower than everything over here, we have no lower bound outliers. Okay, so when we're choosing how to draw our plot, we want to use enough numbers to cover everything. So our lowest number is 5, and our highest is 21, and that will fit everything. So we want to go from 5 to 21. So I'm going to say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, almost got it, not quite. Okay. So I'm going to draw the bottom one on the bottom and the top one on the top. So we have, let's see, draw our box from Q1 to Q3, so from 8 to 10. 8 to 10. Then we're going to draw the box here from 8 to 12.5. So 8 to 12.5. Okay, now we do the median of each one. So median is 9 on the bottom. And the median is 10 on the top. Then we're going to go from max, for the max and the min. So on the bottom it goes from 7 to 12. So 7 to 12. On top it goes from 5 to 16. I'm not going to go to 21 because it's an outlier. So it goes from 5 to 16. And then there's an outlier at 21. So on the top one, I will draw that. They draw it as an asterisk, but there we go. Alright, so those are the parallel, so it says draw a parallel box plot for the data sets and use it to compare the two drugs. So the bottom one is the new drug. So this is the new, this is the old. Now the new one is way more predictable because it has a tighter spread, okay? This one's way spread out. Even with that outlier taken out of there, it's still pretty spread out. And so the new drug is more predictable. And that's pretty much it, because they wanted to know that. The times tend to be a little bit less too, and the median's a little bit less, so you could even comment on that. But I think the most important thing is that it's predictable. If you need additional help, please come to Math Lab. Until then, calculator.